What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and the Republicans are getting ready to vote on a major bill here within a few days on the debt limits and the default of America here to try to prevent Social Security payments from being delayed, Medicare from being delayed, government payments and benefits from being delayed, and the fiscal debt of our government. This is a very big deal, but Democrats don't like it at all. Okay, but the Republicans are going to try to force a bill through on the House on their own terms, which they can do because they have the votes. Okay, at least in the House. Here's what some Republicans are saying they want in this deal. And there's a little bit of dissension among the ranks here with Republicans. And take a look here what some of them are saying here. Matt Gaetz threatens to vote against the debt limit bill without work requirement changes. And Matt Gaetz is actually kind of in a group of about like 20 or so Republicans. Remember, he kind of led the group that made Speaker Kevin McCarthy fail for those 15 votes for Speaker. So he's kind of in a big enough group that Republicans could fail if they don't get their way. Republican Representative Matt Gaetz from Florida threatened to vote against a debt limit bill that House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California, has proposed without changes to the proposal's work requirements for public assistance programs. Matt Gaetz said on an episode of his podcast, quote, Firebrand with Matt Gaetz, that he would want work requirements for these programs to be, quote, far more rigorous than 20 hours per week. He said that increased work requirements from McCarthy's proposal would need to start in fiscal 2024 instead of 2025 or later to earn his support. People who are ages 18 to 49 and able to work, and that's the big thing. How do they determine who is able to work? That's an interesting thing, right? And have no dependents are now required to work 80 hours per month or 20 hours per week. Yeah, equal to roughly 20 hours per week on average to receive benefits from SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps. Quote, an essential element to get my vote for any increase in the debt limit would be enacting work requirements starting in fiscal year 2024, not 2025, as legislation is currently written. Otherwise, it's a no vote for me, Matt Gaetz tweeted. And remember, if he's a group of 20 other Republicans, this also could, make it so that Republicans would have to do this. The legislative proposal called the Limit Save Grow Act includes increasing work requirements for people aged 50 to 56 for SNAP and outlines work requirements for Medicaid as well. So you can see there's a whole bunch of different increases or new requirements. The bill would raise the debt limit by $1.5 trillion only until March 31st, 2024. So less than a year, whichever comes first. So it could actually be before March 31st. In exchange for what McCarthy says would be a $4.5 trillion deficit cut, $4.5 trillion in savings over the course of the next 10 years. McCarthy said he's confident he can get the votes necessary for the bill to pass in the House, but he cannot afford to lose a few Republican votes. I think it's only like 4 votes he can afford to lose, or less than 4, something like that. Gaetz said 30 hours per week would be the minimum for work requirements for the public assistance programs. He's not the only House Republican who has expressed doubts about supporting the bill, Representative Andy Biggs said he is leaning against the bill, while Representative Tim Burchett has said he is uncertain. Both have opposed voting for debt limit increases in the past. Representative Nancy Mace, who tends to be among the more moderate members, also said she is leaning against the bill of clean energy provisions the bill would repeal, and the Republicans have separated balancing the budget from debt limit negotiations. And remember here, the Republicans alone can only afford, like I said, I think it's 4 votes for them to pass it themselves. And then, really, this is all just the first step to get negotiations going with the Democrats to ultimately craft a bill that is a Democrat Republican bill that ultimately passes the House and the Senate. Yeah. Don't forget, this bill also cuts military budget and spending. This will take the military back to 2022 levels going into 2024. So it's actually a pretty significant cut to the military as well. This comes during a time of war in Ukraine, a possible invasion of Taiwan. There's a lot of people saying we should be beefing up our military. They're going to be cutting military spending. And don't forget, this does not even address the Social Security and Medicare fiscal deficits that are slowly going down every single month and are set to run out of. Remember, part of Medicare, the Medicare hospitalization fund, is going to run out in 2028. So about 4.5 years from now. Social Security is set to run out of money in as early as I think it's 8.5 to 9 years from now, depending on which estimation you go by. That's from the Congressional Budget Office. Those aren't even addressed in this budget. So again, because this is just a Republican budget, Biden hasn't addressed it either. They have to come to that on a, Biden's new campaign promise ad that's out is actually kind of blasting the Republicans for trying to cut Social Security. This is the problem, is that Republicans and Democrats are kind of, they blame each other for this, and nothing gets done. Year and year goes by, they nobody wants to fix Social Security or Medicare, and nothing gets fixed. And what's going to happen here is that if it doesn't get fixed, we're looking at a 24 to 25% cut to Social Security. Medicare set to run out of funds here in just literally 4.5 years for one part of it, and the other one is just a few years after that. These funds are Social Security gonna literally run out of money, and then basically only have the money that's coming in on a daily basis from new people. And that Congressional Budget Office says would be a 24 to 25% cut to your daily paychecks. And we've literally had congressmen on here talking about it. If you've been watching my show, you've heard them talk about it. So this is, in fact, I can link you to a video here. I'll find one of the videos here and I'll link you to it here in just a moment so you can watch that next. And this is a significant problem because they have to fix it. And nobody wants to fix it. Biden doesn't want to fix it because then he'll get blamed on fixing it. The Democrats are blaming the Republicans for trying to cut Social Security. And I get it. And then the Republicans don't want to put a plan out to fix Social Security because then they're blamed on fixing Social Security. And alas, who ends up actually getting hurt? Us, the Americans that actually pay into Social Security for years and years and years. Before you know it, there's going to be no money left in the Social Security Trust Fund. So all that money that we paid in there is literally not going to be there. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything. And the problem is that these congressmen are going to have to put forth really tough plans that are going to either raise the retirement age, raise taxes, or cut benefits, or come up with creative solutions to invest the money in stocks and bonds to get higher returns. Those are pretty much the solutions. You let me know which solution you would like, because that's it. That's pretty much the solutions. Short of you know, Jack coming by with some magic beans or something along those lines. Those are pretty much the solutions. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below and then the bell icon, and I'll keep you up to date here. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you should watch next. 5 minutes ago, Speaker Kevin McCarthy just gave a major warning for Americans. And here's a video I just did on Social Security and Congressman warning about benefits being cut up to 25%. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.